Donald Trump has announced a new fraud investigation, and the target is California. But here's the question everyone's asking. Is this about rooting out corruption, or is it another political move? What does this mean for the everyday people in California and beyond? If you want to understand the full story, watch this video till the end. We'll break it down piece by piece so you don't miss any detail. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Trust me, you'll want to stay updated as we uncover facts you won't get from mainstream media. Trump's bombshell announcement. Donald Trump, known for his bold and often controversial statements, recently made a claim that has everyone talking. There is large-scale fraud happening in California, and it must be investigated. According to Trump, the issues include misuse of government funds, lack of transparency in state programs and elections, powerful individuals benefiting from the system. Supporters are cheering. Finally, someone is holding California accountable. Critics are skeptical. This looks like a political stunt, nothing more. Why California? Here's the thing, why California? California is the largest economy in the U.S., the most populous state, a Democratic stronghold. Trump and California have had a tense relationship for years, from immigration policies to climate initiatives to election disputes. So when Trump announces a fraud investigation, people naturally ask, is this a genuine concern or political retaliation? The human side, emotions and confusion. The announcement didn't just make news, it stirred emotions. Californians are worried about what this means for their state. Businesses are uncertain about regulations and oversight. Voters are confused and debating what to believe. Everyday people are asking, if fraud exists, it should be exposed, but if it doesn't, why is politics being played with our state? This isn't just politics, it's about trust, transparency, and the future of leadership. Trump claims that there's large-scale fraud happening in California's election systems and government programs, but critics are quick to question, where's the proof? Is this fact-based or just politics? Let's break it down. Trump's main claims. According to Trump and his team, the fraud involves 1. Election irregularities. Trump alleges that ballots and voter rolls in some California districts are not fully transparent. He believes this could affect outcomes in crucial elections. 2. Government spending misuse. There are claims that state funds are not being used efficiently and may be going to programs that aren't properly audited. 3. Powerful people benefiting. Trump suggests that some influential figures in California are exploiting loopholes to gain financial or political advantage. These claims have created shockwaves in the media, but the key is whether actual evidence exists. Skeptics and critics speak out. Critics argue that there is no verified proof yet supporting Trump's claims. The investigation could be political theater aimed at rallying supporters. Timing is suspicious given the approaching election cycles. For many Californians, this is confusing. Some believe Trump is finally exposing corruption. Others worry this is just a political stunt targeting a Democratic stronghold. This split reaction shows how emotionally charged politics can get. People aren't just debating facts, they're debating trust and loyalty. How a federal investigation works to understand the stakes. Let's quickly explain. A federal investigation doesn't start with assumptions. It involves 1. Gathering evidence, documents, financial records, and witness statements. 2. Review by officials. Government agencies assess whether claims are credible. 3. Legal process. If evidence is strong, legal action is taken. If not, the investigation may be closed. This means that while Trump's announcement is dramatic, the actual investigation will take months, and the results may not match the political hype. The emotional impact on people. Even before any proof emerges, the announcement has already affected voters confused about what to believe, business owners concerned about state regulations and policies, everyday citizens worrying about how this might affect public services. This shows the power of words and claims in politics. One announcement can ripple through millions of lives. Everyone is asking, how are politicians and the media reacting to this bold announcement? California politicians speak out. California's leaders have been quick to respond. Governor's office. They've called the claims unfounded and politically motivated. Officials argue that the state's systems are secure and regularly audited. State representatives. Many Democratic representatives have accused Trump of trying to undermine trust in California's institutions. They warn voters not to panic based on unverified claims, but Trump's supporters see it differently. Finally, someone is challenging corruption and holding powerful figures accountable. This split reaction shows the deep political divide in America. People aren't just disagreeing over facts, they're disagreeing over trust, leadership, and ideology. To the media coverage. The media is exploding with coverage, and reactions are mixed. Mainstream media. Most major outlets are skeptical. Headlines focus on the lack of evidence and question whether this is more political strategy than fact. Conservative media. They highlight Trump's claims and emphasize the need for investigation. Supporters see this as proof that the media is biased against him. Every news story, tweet, and headline adds fuel to the fire. The announcement isn't just a political issue, it's a media event shaping public perception. Potential consequences for California and Trump. Even before any official investigation results, there are real consequences. 1. Public trust. Citizens may question the legitimacy of local elections or state programs, leading to confusion and anxiety. 2. Political tension. This could deepen the divide between Republicans and Democrats, not just in California but nationwide. 3. Trump's political strategy. Announcing a high-profile investigation helps Trump energize his base and stay in headlines. It also positions him as a fighter against corruption in the eyes of supporters. But it's important to remember, no investigation results have been confirmed yet. Politics and emotions are moving faster than facts. Emotional angle. People are feeling the impact. This story isn't just about politics, it affects real people. Families, confused about what's true and what's hype. Businesses, worry about regulations and possible audits. Voters, feeling uncertainty about their own vote in state governance. This shows how a single announcement can ripple across millions of lives, even before facts are fully established. So far, we've seen Trump announce a major fraud investigation, looked at his claims, the reactions from politicians, and media coverage. Now let's dive into what legal experts are saying and how such an investigation would actually work. Legal experts weigh in. Top legal analysts are giving mixed opinions. Some say that Trump's announcement could trigger a formal investigation if evidence is provided. They explain that fraud claims must be backed by documents, witness statements, or financial audits. Others warn that without concrete evidence, such claims are unlikely to result in serious legal action. Instead, they may fuel political debate and keep Trump in the headlines. One key point experts highlight: the law doesn't act on statements alone. Investigation requires clear proof. This means while the announcement is dramatic, the legal process is deliberate, slow, and highly regulated. Is the investigation timeline? If a federal investigation were to move forward, here's what could happen. 1. Evidence collection. Authorities would gather all relevant records, ballots, audits, and testimonies. 2. Internal review. Government lawyers and auditors assess whether the claims have merit. 3. Public updates. Investigations might be confidential, but major developments are often released to the public. 4. Legal action. If enough evidence is found, formal charges or actions could be taken. If not, the case might be closed. This process can take weeks, months, or even longer, meaning the public won't get instant answers. Impact on politics and elections. Even before any legal action, the announcement already has political consequences. Voter sentiment. Some voters may lose trust in California's systems, while others see Trump as a champion against corruption. Election strategy. Politicians may adjust their messaging, anticipating debates over fraud claims in upcoming elections. Media influence. News cycles and social media amplify the story, shaping public opinion before facts are fully verified. This shows how politics, law, and media are deeply intertwined and how a single announcement can have nationwide effects. Emotional angle, how people feel. Think about the everyday people affected by this. Californians are confused and anxious about what's true. Business owners worry about regulations and audits. Citizens nationwide are watching closely, feeling the tension and uncertainty. Politics isn't just about laws, it's about trust, emotions, and the perception of fairness. We've explored Trump's announcement, the claims, reactions, media coverage, and the legal process. Now let's look at what could actually happen and how it might affect politics. Possible outcomes of the investigation. Experts suggest a few scenarios. 1. No evidence found. Oh. If the investigation doesn't uncover real fraud, it could discredit the claims but also leave supporters divided. Trump's critics may argue this proves the announcement was political theater. 2. Some irregularities found. Minor irregularities could lead to local-level corrections but not major legal consequences. Politically, it could be spun in different ways. Trump's team might say it proves vigilance, while opponents could downplay it. 3. Significant fraud confirmed. This would be huge. Investigators could launch serious legal action impacting politicians, officials, and even programs in California. Trump's supporters would see this as a victory for accountability, while critics would stress legal due process and fairness. Political consequences nationwide. Even before the results, this announcement already changes the political landscape. Trump's base, energized by the narrative of fighting corruption, potentially increasing voter turnout in key states. Democrats, motivated to defend California and counter Trump's claims, creating heated campaigns and debates. Undecided voters, confused or concerned about fairness and transparency, making public perception crucial. Essentially, this is not just a California story, it's a national political event. Media and public perception. The media continues to shape the story. Social media amplifies claims and counterclaims, spreading information and misinformation quickly. News outlets analyze the investigation, sometimes polarizing opinions further. Public sentiment is influenced not only by facts, but by how the story is presented and debated. This makes it clear, even a pending investigation can shift politics, trust, and public emotions. For emotional angle, what people are feeling. Californians, concerned about fairness, stability, and potential changes to government programs. Citizens nationwide, watching closely, feeling tension between politics and truth. Businesses and communities, uncertain about rules, regulations, and economic impact. Politics is not just policy, it's about people's lives, trust, and confidence. Now let's take a look at what Trump is aiming for strategically and how it could influence future elections. Trump's political strategy. Trump's announcement is not just about an investigation, it's also a political move. 1. Energizing his base. By focusing on California and alleged fraud, Trump positions himself as a fighter against corruption, keeping his supporters motivated. This can boost turnout in key Republican strongholds during upcoming elections. 2. Controlling the narrative. Being the first to announce an investigation allows Trump to frame the story in his favor, regardless of what evidence is later found. Social media and news coverage amplify his message, creating political momentum. 3. Challenging opponents. Democrats in California and nationally are now forced to respond. This shifts attention away from other political issues, putting opponents on the defensive. Impact on upcoming elections. The announcement could have major effects on future elections. Local California elections. Candidates may now have to address fraud concerns, even if unproven, affecting campaigns and voter perception. National elections. Trump's narrative could influence voter sentiment in swing states beyond California. Party dynamics. Republicans may rally behind Trump, while Democrats may unify to counter his claims, intensifying political polarization. Even without a confirmed investigation outcome, the story itself is shaping political strategies nationwide. Long-term implications. Experts warn that whether fraud is proven or not, the announcement could 1. Erode trust in institutions. People may question election security, government transparency, and accountability. 2. Shift media focus. Coverage may continue to focus on California and fraud narratives, impacting public opinion for months. 3. Set a political precedent. Future politicians might use similar announcements as strategy tools, blurring lines between legal issues and political messaging. This means the impact is bigger than one state or one investigation. It could influence U.S. politics for years. The emotional angle, how people are reacting, citizens, feeling confusion and concern about the truth and fairness of the system. Supporters of Trump excited and motivated, seeing this as a step toward accountability. Critics, worried that politics is overtaking facts and public trust may be eroded. Politics is not just policy, it's about emotions, trust, and perception, which can sometimes be even more powerful than facts. Now, it's time to look at how the public is reacting and what it all means in the bigger picture. Public and social media reaction. The announcement has caused massive discussions online. Supporters. Many Trump supporters are sharing the news as proof he is fighting corruption. Social media posts, hashtags, and videos are spreading quickly. Critics. Others question the legitimacy of the claims and criticize the timing as politically motivated. Memes, tweets, and debates are trending. Undecided citizens. Many Americans are confused, unsure what to believe, and seeking reliable sources for information. This online discussion shows how political news today spreads faster than ever, influencing opinions before investigations even conclude. Local impact in California. Even in California, people are feeling the effects. Residents. Anxiety about government transparency and election security. Businesses. Concerned about regulations and financial oversight. Communities. Feeling divided along political lines with heated conversations about truth and trust. The announcement has created a ripple effect where emotions are high and everyone is trying to make sense of what's real. Final analysis, looking at the story as a whole. 1. Trump's announcement, bold and politically strategic, designed to energize supporters and control the narrative. 2. Legal perspective. Any investigation will take time, requiring evidence, documents, and careful review. Results may not match public expectations. 3. Political consequences. The announcement influences voter sentiment, election strategies, and media coverage. 4. Public emotion. Citizens' trust, confusion, and engagement are as important as the legal facts. The truth is, whether the investigation finds fraud or not, this story has already shaped politics, media, and public perception across the country. Politics today moves fast, and every announcement can spark debate, shift opinions, and even change elections. That's why it's important to stay informed and follow updates. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you get notified the moment new updates drop. This way, you'll be fully informed about Trump's investigation, California politics, and how it could affect the nation. Trump's fraud investigation announcement targeting California is more than just headlines. It's about politics, emotions, strategy, and trust. It reminds us that in today's world, every claim, every announcement, and every tweet can ripple across millions of lives. Stay tuned, stay aware, and always question. Knowledge is power, and understanding the story behind the story is what keeps you ahead.